Hey guys, Sean Zinn, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor. This is live number 36 on the year. I do these lives to give you the value, to help you take yourself, your business to the next level. I want you to start taking notes. I want you to implement things and taking action. Don't be the ones that continue to go to workshops, watch videos, and they don't do anything with it. They just sit there with all this content and don't even use it. So I bring on these guests that I have that are phenomenal people that have so much knowledge and some good information that you can utilize to help you grow, help you get to the next level. And we're all about scaling, right? So we want to help you get to that level. So I want you to sit back and enjoy. I'm going to bring on Mark Maiocca. What's going on, brother?
How you doing, Sean? Thanks for having me.
Man, I appreciate you taking some time out of your busy day. And I wanted to, did I pronounce your last name correctly?
Maiocca, yes.
Yeah, Maiocca. And I just want everyone, before we even get after it, those that are watching, wherever you're watching from, drop a comment where you're watching us from so we can engage with you. We would love any questions you might have, drop it. If you're watching us live, hashtag live. If on the replay, hashtag replay. And then I would love for Mark to give us a little introduction of who you are.
I'm Mark Maiocca. I'm a mortgage originator by trade, but I've started a company called Core 7 Networking Groups, and they are structured networking groups only for the key 7 professionals in someone's financial plan: realtor, mortgage originator, closing agent, financial advisor, accountant, insurance, and estate planning. And how they work together within a system, and that's kind of what we do. We set up groups.
Yeah, I mean, that's something I've been utilizing myself personally over the last number of years I've been in business. It's all about collaborating with other people. That's how you can get good, solid business and business relationships. A lot of you out there are just like buying leads, or I don't know what you're doing, cold calling, which I have no problem cold calling, but I call it a connection call because you're building relationships. You're not going into the call to sell somebody. You should be going into the finding out how you could help them. But that's just a different mindset. Right. So I definitely agree that those that are watching, if you are in the real estate world, and it could be real estate, and like Mark was just saying, those 7 different disciplines, having your own group is powerful. And it's something that you're providing value, you're helping each other. Now you have a team instead of it just you. So I definitely agree. That's how I've been doing it for years now. And now we've been collaborating. We're basically working together and helping more people with your format. And I definitely want to go into more detail with that for our followers as well. You are a dad and you are an entrepreneur. And that's a new topic I want to go down with my guests because it affects you. I'm a girl dad. I have all girls. I have a dog that's a girl. So I need to have my basement, my garage. I cut my lawn so I have my time, but it changes you. You have different things you have to focus on. And now it's a family. It's not just me and it's not just Mark. We have a family we take care of. How has it changed you?
It definitely has. It's not about you anymore. It's about them. And, you have the entrepreneurial gene that is always working, always thinking. And, you got to manage that because it can be tough. You have to plug in the times, if you want to coach the sports teams and stuff like that. It's, it's a balance. It's not easy.
The balance is key. And a lot of people don't realize this. Your kids are watching every single thing you do with life in general. So you're mentoring your kids, and it's a very serious thing to think about, because if you're not being a good example, like I'm all about the health as well. Health is wealth, right? So if you're going to be an overweight, I don't want to be an overweight, unathletic, not in shape, dad, older dad, grandpa, etc. I want to be the one like, shit, that's your dad. So That's important to me, is to really focus on helping, live longer, helping more people. And to do that, you got to be centering and being a good example for your kids. And I think that keeps you on your toes.
Absolutely.
Because they're watching every single thing you're doing.
Everything.
Now, with the being an entrepreneur, being in the mortgage business, do you have a certain thing you do every day? When you get up in the morning, are you an early riser and you get after it, you sleep in a little longer and you have different, what is kind of morning routine for Mark?
I wake up a little later. I work, I'm a night owl. So I'll work, I can work till 3, 4 in the morning some nights if I have to, but I'm pretty much, up between 7 and 8. Then I do, the coffee and the to-do list and, listen to some good podcasts, really kind of, one of the things I try to avoid is going right to email. I try to get a little bit for myself. And then one other thing I do now with Core 7 networking groups is I make sure that I send out a few prospecting emails before, kind of start the day with some good activity to generate some people for me to talk to, like sales managers who can benefit, but also I send out stuff that helps the groups that exist, helps them grow their groups, get guests and stuff like that. So I try to do that before anything. Then I go to the gym. So it's a little different. Most people get up, go to the gym, and then do all that stuff. I try to get I call it winning the day. So I figure if I can do that before the gym, I already won the day. And then anything I do after is just going to be gravy.
I love that, winning the day. And I agree. Hey, if it works for you, that is the important thing. If you could be consistent and you can commit to it, that is awesome. People say, what's the best thing to use for follow-up? It's whatever you freaking do consistently, like if you're into calling people, texting, email, what have you. If you can do a culmination of a variety of things, that's great. But whatever you can consistently do, that is fantastic. So I definitely, I like hearing the different perspective. A lot of people are, the early riser and they go to the gym, but you are up later and that's works for you. So that's what people that are watching, it's what works for you. If you want to drop it in comments, what works for you, we'd love to see what you guys are doing as well. Now, networking, it's a great thing and it's what we're collaborating on. And I've done my little networking mixers over the last, this whole COVID has changed things, but we used to always have a meetup. I do a lot of social media. So I have my little online networking group, but it's important that people realize, and I always kind of teach people or kind of train them. When you go to an event, you're not going there just to grab everyone's freaking card, eat all the food, drink everything. You should have, I always tell people it's a rule of thumb, like between 3 to 5 good conversations that you lead from, and you're going to follow up with a call, email, message, whatever, the next day or two later, so that you can continue building that relationship. If you're going in there just to take cards, you're not going deep with anybody. Are you teaching? I think you are. Let's talk about your training with the Core 7. When people get on board with that, they learn the techniques to make a networking work for them.
Yeah. It's funny how you say I'm the type of person when I would go to those networking events, I'd probably, I'd end up talking to one person the whole time and it would end up being a good relationship, but I never felt comfortable going around getting a bunch of cards. The people who do that, they don't follow up, and you can kind of read them that that's what they're doing, and it's not transparent. But with Core 7, it's more the 7 professionals getting in a room and networking together. And what makes it unique, where it's different, is there's a clear, defined methodology that someone has to learn. It's actually when people fail, it's because they don't watch the videos and learn. The people who have succeeded and have generated, 70, 80 deals in a year just from the networking group, they're the ones who execute what they're supposed to do. So it's a little rigid in the fact that, the realtor is doing the same thing with every customer and everyone knows it. So you know what to expect. The mortgage professional, which is me, my 2 people that you try to refer everyone, you never discourage any referral, but the 2 that we focus on and really, hold accountable in the meetings, like for the mortgage originator, are the financial advisor and the property and casualty insurance agent. Now I give a ton of referrals to the closing attorney, obviously, but those just happen. You don't even have to try. If you're closing loans, then you're giving those referrals. And I'm always executing certain steps in my process to introduce the financial advisor. And it's not pushy. I'm basically saying, hey, you know what? You should really, look at cash flow other than just buying this home. How's your relationship with your financial advisor? And if they don't have one, then I suggest, could I make an introduction to the person on my team? If they do have one, then I have somebody to collaborate with on their behalf. So it's definitely a win. And on the insurance, it's very easy on a purchase to introduce the homeowner's insurance agent, and that converts all the time. But at these meetings, those two professionals are looking at me like, okay, if you're closing loans this month, where were my introductions? Like, if I didn't see any, they know that I'm not executing the system. And it's like that for all 7 professionals, where you're getting to a yes, I'd like to talk to someone, or a no, I'm all set. And it's happening pretty much every single time, so that when you go to these meetings, you're generating business. Now, the accountability piece is strong, because in the section of the mastermind workbook, there's questions. So if you have given less than a certain amount of referrals, meaning you're not doing it, then the group leader has to ask this series of questions that's right there that everyone has. And they're really kind of, have you learned the system? Do how you doing on the pre-approval cross-sell to the financial advisor? And I mean, even me, the owner and creator, I'm in a couple groups. There's been times where I've been like, I'm sorry, guys. I got off track. I was really busy and distracted. I haven't been executing the way I'm supposed to, but let me get back on the horse and do it right this time. So that's the big thing, is the accountability, the system. And it's not all just about the professionals, like getting referrals. The customer is the biggest person to benefit. I mean, I don't know if you know my story or not, but my dad passed away when I was 16, and he had no life insurance, and they were doing very, very well. And basically, my mom raised us, got us through, college, had a good life, but we basically lost everything. And they sold insurance for a living. They were property and casualty insurance agents, and my mom was just getting licensed with life accident and health. And it was the classic case of the cobbler's kids having no shoes. Mm-hmm. And so in my head, I'm kind of like, that one little thing, that one little miss crushed everything. And no one probably referred them, because they're like, I don't have to talk about insurance. They're all set. That's what they do. And they weren't. So not only are you giving referrals and bringing the team in, but you're benefiting the consumer, as they have full coverage on their real estate, mortgage, tax, and financial goals. And it's certainty, and it's a team around you that's working together so that you have no holes in your plan.
I mean, I agree. And I think that most people, if they change their mindset and you are a resource to your team. So you might not be getting opportunities for insurance or mortgages, but you are talking to contractors. You might be talking to investors. So there are going to be people down the road that are going to know that you do insurance or mortgages or financial planning, et cetera, because you're having those conversations. So it's important that people understand having conversations, going deeper, building relationships, real relationships. It will come back in droves. It's I tell people it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Right. It's not, a lot of you are going to be in the business for, I hope, a long time, not just to get in, get rich, get out, which doesn't happen anymore in the mortgage business or in the insurance. It takes some time. So I applaud you with this whole group. And those that are watching, if you're interested in getting on board with those and learning about the Core 7, you definitely can reach Mark at the Core 7 referral system at gmail.com. So you can get some information. He's in the Connection Machine group. He is providing lots of value. And it's something that you're going to see us often, because we are going to try to help more people get into the Core 7 because it is a powerful tool if you use it properly. Is there any final thoughts, Mark, you can share with everyone today?
Just, this is, first of all, thank you for being on the show. Let me know if you want me to drop a link for the territories, the maps, so people can kind of look and see what groups are open if they want to take a look. But in parting notes, just, think long term. I love that marathon and sprint analogy because it's true. Nothing good happens right away. You got to put the work in. And, if you're a natural and you get going right away, that just means you can get even further and make a big difference in everyone's life.
Totally agree. And those that are watching, again, please share this live. Share any of the segments that you might see, because I like to go back and find those golden nuggets and share that again. Reach out to Mark at core7referralsystem@gmail.com. Friend request him. Message him on Facebook, on any of the social media platforms, and all about connecting. And if you know somebody that are in the Core 7 that you can help, these are people that we want to talk to as well. If you have friends that are in the real estate world, and they don't have a mortgage person or insurance person or a financial advisor or accountant, and I missed one, right? And a realtor, duh. And you got to make sure. And the estate person, those are recommendations that we would love to talk to, because that allows us to grow as well with our relationships. So Mark, I appreciate you, man, coming on today. Again, we'll do this again very soon. And I hope everyone that's watching, hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and we'll see you all soon.
Thank you, Sean. I enjoyed it.